Hi, everybody.
Hi there.
I'm Ed.
And I'm Sandy.
And together we're Over the Hills 2019. And this particular video is about our adventures and stay as we left Graeagle, California, and went down out of the mountains to Bodega Bay, right along the coast. And there's a lot of great video with this, so let's just get the show started. We don't want to tie you up listening to us right now. There's a lot more to come. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. Please hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more and get notifications. Thanks again so much for coming by. And without further ado, it's Bodega Bay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
We left Little Bear RV Park and Graeagle, California on Friday, October 28th and started west toward the coast. Since we had trouble with the windy roads to the south the last time we were out in this direction, we decided to head for Truckee and take Interstate 80. We went through Donner Summit at 7,057 feet in elevation, and only 20 miles later at Emigrant Gap, we were already down to 5,200 feet. Since we couldn't get into our campsite at Bodega Bay until Sunday, we decided to stay a couple nights at Clear Lake. So we got off the interstate near Sacramento, which, by the way, has an elevation of only 28 feet above sea level, and headed northwest. The campground at Clear Lake was pretty nice. No hookups and no big rigs allowed, since the sites were only 30 feet long. This was an awesome place for Ed to do some photography. There were deer and all kinds of birds and some very interesting scenery. Great blue heron, white egret, and white pelicans. Apparently, the water used to be a lot deeper. On Sunday, we headed for Bodega Bay, driving through some wine country on the way. Our campground here, Bodega Dunes Campground, on the north side of town, was also no hookups and no big rigs. It's been a while since we've seen moss in the trees. I always loved that look. So Bodega Bay is a bit of an oddity for the West Coast. It has a bay to the south with sandy beaches and mild waves, and it has the rocky shore to the west, which is typical of the West Coast. Then it has a protected harbor with a channel for the fishing boats to get in. On our first day of exploring, we went to the south side first. I took General to the sandy beaches to the left, while Ed photographed the harbor side on the right. This peninsula of land has a couple of campgrounds and a picnic area at the end of the road near the channel. Here we learned about the West Coast dungeness crabs, the West Coast equivalent to our blue crabs back home. And we saw our first sea lion close up. Then we went around the harbor to the west side of town. And we learned about the hole in the head.
So we're at Bodega Bay, and we're out on a jet of the land into the Pacific Ocean, known as the Head, and this is known as Hole in the Head, where back in 1960, a construction company was going to build an atomic power plant, but by 64 it was halted, and this hole here is what remains, and it's filled by a natural fresh spring, which is what drew natives and explorers here to begin with. And the reason it was halted, why did they stop building the first atomic viable power plant? Well, this is Bodega Bay out there in the distance, which lies on the San Andreas Fault.
And continued up the hill to the ocean viewpoint. Back down the hill and to the harbor, we decided it was time for lunch. After reviewing several restaurant menus, we settled on Fisherman's Cove. I had the crab roll, and Ed had the lobster roll. Yum. So Mr. Ed ordered a lobster roll.
It's so good.
So this is a lobster roll. This is lobster claw meat, warmed up in butter. Is it garlic butter? Okay, warmed up in garlic butter. Put on a toasted hoagie roll with mayo. Super simple, but it is super awesome. Here are some of the crazy trees in our campground. And a nearby walking trail takes you to the children's bell tower, and this tree decorated with wind chimes and bird feeders. And we also went back to Arched Rock Beach on the north side of town. There's one in the water right in front of us too. Oh, there's a couple behind that boat playing, behind the trophy, and here's one in the water right here. We spent 4 wonderful nights in Bodega Bay and loved every minute of it. Definitely one of our favorite places.
Feels good, huh, bud? Mommy's giving you head scratches. It feels so good.